Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter in here because I'm coming in a little dark. Coming in a little dark. BRB. Oh, much brighter. Much brighter. Welcome. Yeah, we're just working on a website today. It's kind of a website, but it has some very like web appy sort of things. So it's not super boring, I guess. We're using SvelteKit. We're using Tailwind. That's mostly what we're using. Exciting times. Let's get it. Let's just get into it. So actually, before I get into it, for those watching this after, I've actually we're partway into this project, and I've actually have been recording this project. So at some point, I will be putting these videos up and probably editing down this one that we're doing right now for as part of that series. And it's really just about building a more like a company website. A lot of the stuff we do on this channel are apps or you know basically like Flutter apps or web apps or that kind of thing. Whereas in this case, we're building a more traditional website, but I think some super valuable content to be found. So let's get my screen showing up. Hopefully it's the right screen. It seems to be, and we'll get right to it. Let me see a couple things. Cool. Okay, so yeah, just so quick view of what we're doing. It's a company website, um, big scrolly page, lots of cool effects. But right now we have gotten the header pretty much done. This stuff, sure, that's fine. We're using some masked images there, and we have this cool thing. And this, was a bunch of work because it's actually an interactive map, meaning when you sort of mouse over these sorts of things, these will show up. This is obviously just a Figma design. It's static. But let's pull up our actual working application, and I think the page we're doing is this one here. So right now I'm not going for like pixel perfect sort of stuff. The idea is to focus on just kind of getting all the functionality and making it look pretty good as we go. But I'm definitely going to do a pass of like things like our wrap and the padding and stuff like this, font sizes, whatever. But yeah, this is the thing I was showing you. So although I don't have all the data in here and it's just kind of random, it is working. So yeah, and then this is cool because this is just a normal image. Like you'll see, it is actually like a full regular size image without this effect. But we're doing this with a mask so that because this will have a CMS behind it, we want people to be able to update stuff without having to create this in Photoshop, this effect. So yeah, already some cool things happening. And we have the menu. You'll see it actually kind of changes to this other effect. Yeah. So yeah, if you're just joining now and you want to know how we built all that stuff, those videos, I have two so far of getting to this place, basically one for everything we hear, and then we did a video that's just this. Those will go up on my channel at some point, as well as what I'm doing right now will be an edited down version. So yes, and of course, if you want to chat, throw it in the chat, and we'll answer these questions, and it'll be a good time. Okay. So let's see what's next. So we're going to build this. Okay, this is simple. This is basically just, and I'm going to make this a bit bigger for now. This right here looks like it's just an image and some text. So it's pretty much like this without all the cool effects. So let's just make this happen. So we're going to export this JPEG here, do it as a JPEG. We'll do it at 2x. My face is probably blocking this little part, but I'm just basically clicking export. And what do we want to go? We want to find our project. And we'll just go to the static folder and images, content, and we'll call this I'll just call this like bird's eye. Bird's eye. Bird's eye view. Bird's eye map. I don't know. It can be called whatever we want. It doesn't really matter. We call it 1, 2, 3 if we wanted. Okay, so basically now what we'll do is we'll go to this page right here. So our actual page is very clean so far because we've been kind of breaking things into components. Now this is something that we probably will make a component because I bet there's other cases of like kind of this image on the left, text on the right, but we're just going to build it inline right now and then, you know, make those refactors later. So I'm going to put a section tag and we'll probably make this like 32. Again, not caring about padding too much. And within here, we're going to have a flex. It'll be flex row. Actually, we'll do flex call, but on desktop, on bigger screens, we'll do flex row. And in here, we will have a div, and this will basically be wherever what our content is. So let's just put this back over here now, so we can kind of get an idea. Never have enough screen, you know, never enough screen. Of so many screens, never enough. So on this, we'll do class equals flex, and it'll be a flex call. And actually, we don't care about that. Actually, yeah, this can just be flex 1. And then we'll have an H3, I think. Is that kind of what we're using in the location map? Let's see. H3. Yeah. So we'll use an H3. And this will have this. Now, something to remind people of, we are, although right now we're kind of building this statically, we are going to be doing a refactor soon to make things sort of like data driven. And then eventually it will be powered by CMS, probably going to use Sanity Studio for that. So I'm just typing this out because I don't want it in caps. We're going to do the caps in CSS, just makes more sense. So the class for this will be uppercase for 1. Now, what do we do? It's probably the same as location map, so I want to see how we did that. Our H3, we're using this font, uppercase, tracking wide. So we're going to put all these things here. And we might actually, I must have styled something else. Yeah, H3 has a font. Okay, I'm going to do this for now, but I think when we finish this, we're going to do a bit of a refactor and make things, make sort of some like global CSS for like H3s and stuff, because we'll just use an H3 and then we won't have to do any of this, you know, stuff. So that'll be nice. Then we have a P tag, and I should be able to just grab the P tag from here. We'll just copy this. There we go. And our P tag on this was just, let's do the same sort of thing. We had a P with a line height of this, and we'll just use all this sort of stuff. Okay, so let's just see how that looks. Now this is going to take up the full width because we don't have a second flex box yet. Oh, we also want to put this in our wrap. So let's just do that. There we go. Now it's kind of has a little bit of padding there. Cool. I'm also just going to do a PY64. I just hate when I can't scroll past things. Just feels like weird. And also my face is probably blocking this. Okay, so then we want to have another div here, which this will have also a flex 1. And if I put it in the right place, maybe we just need something inside of it. Let's put the letter 1. Oh, is my screen just... No. We have flex. Oh, this should be here. There we go. And we'll also put a gap on these. So let's do the same kind of gap we did here. Gap 12. And that'll just add a bit of spacing. Cool. So that looks pretty good. Although this font should be light. Why is that not... Oh, somehow I missed copying the T. That's why. There we go. Font light. Looks better. Okay, then in the 1, this is where we're actually going to put an image. So we'll just do image src equals, and it was in images content. And what did we call it? It was something about a bird or bird's eye view. Let's find that guy. Bird's eye map. bird's eye map.jpg. And we'll give this a class of width full. And it needs an alt tag, and we'll just say map of the concourse club. Now if we go back here, we'll see, looks pretty good. Now I imagine alignment-wise, we're looking to center these things would be my guess vertically. So yeah, looks like it's kind of centered. So we can just do that here where we do, I'll just do this on the MD. It would be justify or a lot. I think it's item center for this. Let's just kind of take a quick look. There. So now it kind of like, you know, there's as much padding up here as there is down there, and things are aligning nicely. All right, great. Looks cool. Looks pretty cool. And then when it gets small, although we're not worrying about mobile too much, you'll see that it goes to the next thing. That's, you know, something we'll tweak in the future. Question in the chat. Question in the chat. What do we have? Sampan. You were asking if I've done any videos on backend services from scratch. I guess it depends how from scratch. You know, I have some tutorials on Django, some on ServerPod. You know, I definitely don't have like building, you know, a backend from in assembly, which is almost as from scratch I think you could get. We've done some stuff in Fast API before, so you know, you can look at my history. I have a few playlists on that kind of stuff. This series, if you want to call it, you know, we'll be doing some stuff in the back end, but we're probably going to be using Sanity Studio for that, which is kind of like a headless CMS, no code sort of product. No code from the, you know, building it point of view, but of course we'll have code to interact with it and get the data and stuff through, you know, a REST API or GraphQL. Or potentially I might go the route of Django Wagtail for the backend and use its headless version to do that. TBD. Right now we're just trying to get this website done with the approved copy and worry about the CMS later because people need their websites done, it turns out. Okay, so let's go here. We have that. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Let's just take a look at our design. I bet there's other instances of this sort of thing. Like there's kind of like this here. Maybe not. Okay, we're not going to worry about making this a reusable component. It was pretty simple. As soon as we come across a case where we need, where we see this exact same thing or like a variant of it, we will, you know, refactor it for sure. Okay, cool. Let me just check some things. I want to make sure my audio is sounding good. It looks like it's good. All right, wicked. So that's cool. Now what I do want to refactor though is the fact that we have this H3 pattern happening, and I just pulled code from here. So we're actually going to go to our global or our app.css, and we're going to create some sort of classes here. We're going to basically make our H3 do this kind of thing. So what I can do is I can use this apply, which will basically take the Tailwind classes, and we also want to take this here. And that'll make all H3s basically do the same thing in theory. So I can get rid of this class and I can get rid of this. So let's just make sure that that actually works. Now sometimes when recompiling your CSS, you know, it takes a minute, but it looks like we are good. Okay, so similarly, let's go to our location map file where we have an H3. Let me just find the H3. We should be able to get rid of all this stuff for the class. And we should be able to get rid of this as well. I'm going to take actually this H4 and put it here as well so that we kind of do that. Now, what is our H4? Yeah, those are fine. We don't want that part of the class because that's specific to that implementation of that H4. So let's save that and let's just make sure that we didn't break anything. Yep, this still looks good. So now we have sort of like a centralized place for our, you know, H3s, H4s. We could probably do the same with this, but I think this is kind of like a one-off thing that we already have a component for, so we won't worry about that right now. So let's do the same with paragraphs. So let's just make a default for our paragraphs. So what we'll do is we'll apply. I don't want to do the. I don't want to necessarily do it to the margin top. We'll let that be a one-off for that case. But let's just apply this, and we'll apply the line height as well. Not apply it, but add it. So now we can get rid of that. And we'll go back here and, oh, we do have a major. Sometimes this happens when you get rid of like a style tag in Svelte, I've noticed. There we go. Okay, so our paragraph still looks nice. And similarly, if we go back here to our p tags, we'll keep the MT6. Yeah, that's fine. And you know, actually, you know what we're gonna do? On our H3s, let's also apply a margin bottom on those. So it'd be MB3. So basically the opposite of MT. Oh, sorry, we want to use 6. Let's apply that, because then we can actually get rid of this class here. And, oh, I realized we didn't actually remove this. We can get rid of all that, because the H3 now is going to sort of add that space for us. Going back. Okay, that still looks fine to me. Although, now that I see it, I think we can probably do like an MB of 4, margin bottom of 4, make them a little bit closer. That looks nice. Again, not going for pixel perfect. We're just trying to make it work right now. And speaking of pixel perfect, you know, I think in general that should not be the goal on an implementation, whether it's an app, whether it's a website, whatever, because we need to worry about responsiveness, right? Like this might look great on this screen, but if it doesn't look good on like a smaller screen, you know, we got a problem. Now, you know, it's your designer might, you know, have some frustrations with you in that, but you kind of have to like, you know, work with them to, you know, make it look good in all cases. And that's what we're trying to do. But at the same time, we're also not in the polish phase yet. I'm not worrying about like right here, this is probably too much space between here and here, but I don't care. It's an easy fix. All right, cool. Next section. I love doing refactors like that. Okay, so this will be fun. So we kind of have another one of these map things. And although the markers aren't on it, I'm pretty sure the intention is that we're going to have like little markers just like we did there. So we can essentially reuse what we built here. However, there's some subtle differences. Obviously, like the image is different. And sort of like the layout is different. So the layout, the image, that's no problem. We can do that right now. Let's do that right now. We'll make the image dynamic. So let's go to our, I think it's called map, location map. So we're going to add a new prop. Actually, we're going to have to do a couple things here, because now we're looking at refactoring this to be reusable, which honestly is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so what we need to do, let's actually make some types. Let's bring these out of this file. Although, no, these could still be part of this file, actually. Let's just make them exportable. Export interface. Wait, why can't I do that? Modifiers cannot appear here. This is a declarative statement. What? Can I not put these here? Okay, let's move these to a new file. So we're gonna have, I'm gonna put this in here, right in, let's just do it right in the lib. We're gonna make a new file called types.ts. And there we go. So now here, we need to make sure we import those types, just to make sure stuff's working. So we got our column, and just by having column, we have everything else. Now, that's all good. So now we want this data to essentially be passed from the outside. So let's go to our main, what's our main page? This one right here. So we have a location map. Essentially, we want to have some props here. So let's have, let's make a const. We'll put some stuff in here in a minute. And it will be props. And we're going to say what these props are. So, oops, that should be there. So we're definitely going to want, let's start with the image first of all, how do we get that? Just there. Okay, cool. So let's just have something called map image URL, and then we just have to tell our code what this is. It'll be a string, and that will be required. So now once I save this, we're going to see an error over here. We're going to see this warning us, hey, we need this. So let's actually set this now. And all we're going to do is take this and pass that in. Then, instead of having this hard-coded here, we're going to use map image URL. And that should just work. No problem. We'll go back to our thing. Yep, still working. All right, cool. Now we need to be able to pass in the data as well. So back to our location map, we're going to have, location. I'll just call it location columns. And the reason this is in columns is because we kind of want to allow them to be organized like this. And for this case, we're going to have 2 columns, right? So when we do that one, so location columns is going to be a, oops, we do it over here, location columns. And it's going to be of type column, but technically a list of columns, very technically. So now what we can do, and this is like kind of, I think, the process of a refactor, we're gonna just put it here now, but eventually it's gonna probably get moved to like a separate file, and then eventually it's gonna move to like our CMS, but it's all good. So let us, actually, let's make it a little bit better. Let's have a data, inside lib, I'm also gonna right now make, actually, let's make a new folder called data. And we'll make a new file called location map data.ts. And we're going to grab basically all of this. And instead of calling it columns, we're going to call this, what is the actual thing? I'll just call it like Florida map data. That's fine. And we need to import this, obviously. Okay, so now we have this here. We can go back here, and that's all fine. So we want to be able to pass this in. So we can just go location columns equals, and then import this guy. No. Oh, I'm probably not exporting it. Yep. There we go. Now we should get the thing. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now we have all the stuff. However, we need to also reference it here by just updating this. And we still have some kind of error. Oh, because it's called columns. Location columns. We need to change this here too. And I think that's everything. Let's save. There might be one more error. It still says red, but sometimes it takes a minute to understand. Oh, there we go. Oh, probably because we don't have a type here. Location columns is any. No. Why doesn't it know what this is? Let's make sure it's location columns. Odd. How come I'm not getting the autocomplete for that? It doesn't know that what location columns is. It just says any. Is there a file not saved? No. All right. Getting, I'm going to say my types are not being understood when creating props. We'll see that right now. Maybe I'm just doing this wrong. Well, this is Svelte 4. Okay, let's just look at the docs. Svelte 5 props room. Let's do it like it's the olden days. This doesn't have any TypeScript stuff in it. Oh, here, type safety. Here we go. Oh, is this how I'm supposed to be doing it? Okay. Maybe I've just been doing this wrong all along. Oh. We need to say that this is basically these things here. But I imagine... And then we can get rid of this. Okay, there we go. I guess that's how we're supposed to be doing it. I don't love that. I mean, it's not that different, but let's see, can I just do type props, or I guess interface. Maybe this is a better pattern. I like that a little bit better. It's cleaner. Okay, cool. So where were we now that we have this? So we're getting that. Let's make sure stuff's still working. Everything's still working. We're passing in the data dynamically. Great. So that's part of the battle. So let's go back to our page.svelte, and we're going to take this location map again, and we'll just put it sort of down here. We'll put a little space, just a random amount of space, and now we need to grab this from Figma. So let's export this as a JPEG to X. And just make sure we're getting the right thing. There we go. And I guess we can call this sitemap. Great. So now what we do is we would change this to images content sitemap. And let's just see if everything kind of works the way we want. There we go. So we have the sitemap here. We have like this sort of thing. Now, obviously, this data is also not correct. We will have different data, but we need to now figure out how to redo this layout, which, oh, and we need, all that copy is also not dynamic. Okay, well, those are kind of related, so let's figure this out. Let's open up this and really give this some thought. So we have an instance here where, okay, we have a title and a subtitle. That's fine. This one would just have a title, no subtitle in the 2 columns. Cool. Then I think we have another one at some point. Yeah, we have like these here. Okay. I think we're just gonna have to make kind of like different variants. So let's see, we have something where it's like, this would actually be easier if sitemap was above here. But let's have, let's make something here. This will be called layout, and we're gonna have a few different types. So we'll have a layout where we'll have, you know, map left. How do you do this again? I think it's just an or. Map above. Let's start with that. Now we'll have some sort of issues here because it's like, hey, this isn't doing anything. So let's just do layout equals map left. And in this case, we actually are doing layout map above. So nothing will change because now we have to do this. So this is where I think we can use snippets, which actually we haven't used in this project yet. And in fact, I haven't really used before. Let's refresh ourselves on how snippets work. Snippet. There we go. So we have a snippet, has a name, and we get to do stuff with it. So you could, so okay, so they have this, you can write like this. We create a snippet where we pass in something cool. All right, well, let's try and get that working. So yeah, we have this. Let's get these on the same, both on the same screen. And do we just create a snippet down here? Yeah, let's just try that. We'll call this, do you just close it like this? Snippet, I imagine. So this snippet we will call we'll do one for, maybe we'll call it like text copy, or maybe we'll do it like title. We'll have one for the title. Does it just have to be like that? And I guess we'd want to pass in a title. Can I do this? Guess not. we'll just call it title. So this we would take basically this guy here, and then the idea would be that I think we just render the snippet. So how does that work? Render at render title, and here we'd pass in a title, which let's pass in this temporarily. Just small steps. And then I guess we go title, I think. Yeah, it has any type. How do you, I tried this and it seemed like, oh, it just doesn't give you the, nice colored green version. Okay, so let's see if that's working, just to make sure we can do it this way. Oh. Because there's a break. Maybe we can do something like replace, is it replace all? And we could replace, do this with /n, probably. Oh, but it's still, yeah, we'd have to. Not going to worry about that. We're just going to put the title, and we're not going to have this break in here. I mean, I could do /n, and we could actually style this to style equals I think it's like pre. So how do you do this again? I'm just thinking also from like a CMS point of view how to do this. White space pre. Okay, yeah, that's what we want to do. Yeah, pretext. What? Class pretext? Oh, there you go. Let's just try this. White space pre-wrap. And that should, in theory, let our /n be. Yeah, it is like essentially located maximum convenience. Essentially located. Yay! Okay, that's how we're going to do it. We'll allow that. Okay, so that we'll do our title. Let's do a snippet for our body. Body, which will be a string, or let's also allow undefined. That way we can, pass it in. And we'll basically just take this p tag and we should be able to wrap this in a if body. And then we'll basically take this, at render body. Oops, that's not what we wanted. We just wanted to be body. We're doing that up here. And then we need to actually format this properly. Where'd that go? Oh, it's because we have a slash thing. Let's just make these a different kind of quote. That's one way to fix it. Okay, so now we're rendering the body. This is just going to be a lot easier when we have these snippets set up to do the layout ordering. And then we need a snippet here where we pass in the location columns. So let's just grab this one again, and we'll just call this legend. Legend, and it's going to be, let's just call it columns, and this will be a list of column. If we can spell it right. And yeah, we're just going to take basically this whole thing. Oh, I did not do that right. We're going to basically take this whole thing. Or do we want, I think we want we want this wrapper too. And this will go into here. And we just basically change this to columns. Then we need to render. Render, legend. And of course, we can't pass in that, but we're going to pass in location columns. Okay, cool. Then let's make a snippet for the map itself, which would be I think everything from here to here. Okay, title, body, legend, map. Map, which we'll have to pass something into, probably the same thing actually, or it'll be locations because it doesn't care about that, which is going to be a list of location. This is going to be so clean in a minute. I'm pretty excited. Oh, this should be map location, I think is what it's called. We called it that because, you know, location is something that usually exists in a lot of frameworks. Okay, so now we have all of our snippets, which I guess we could even put in a different file if we wanted to. Oh, we need to render the snippet too. Let's render the map. But I'm pretty happy with these snippets. Location, columns. Or no, this should just be locations. So just so everyone's aware, we have our location thing, our columns that get passed in. Locations is actually just it's almost like a derived function, but it doesn't have to be derived because this isn't state. It doesn't change, it's just a property. But basically we're taking our location data here and we're making a flat map of just the location. So it's basically making an array of just this, this, and this, because the map doesn't care about what column it's in or anything like that. Only the legend cares. So it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. Okay, this is a lot less intimidating now because it's just some simple flex stuff. So what's kind of cool is we could just do, you know, some sort of thing like this without really rewriting any code. But before we do that, let's make this even better where we're actually going to pass in title, body. Title and body. Let's do this just at the top. Maybe right here. Title, now maybe right here. So we have title string and body string. But body is going to be optional. So I think we can just do it like that. So we have this. We need to get layout, title, and body. Why didn't I like those words? Cannot redeclare. Oh, just title. Oh, because that's the name of the snippet. Okay. Should we just call these like title snippet, body snippet, legend snippet? Maybe that's the best way to do it. So let's just call this title snippet, render title snippet, body snippet, render body snippet. We'll do the same for this, legend snippet, render legend snippet, and of course, probably could have just copy and pasted, you know, the word snippet onto my clipboard. Map snippet. Okay, so now we can actually have those, which is great. So let's go back to our location map here and take these things over. So I'm going to grab this guy here. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong file. What do we want? We want our page.svelte. So once I save this, we should start having some errors. We should see location map. It needs a title and a body. Title equals, and we'll just put this in quotes like that. Then we should just be able to go render the title. Now I'm pretty sure the snippets actually have access to these props here, but I kind of like this pattern because it does allow us, maybe in a different layout, we actually like do something different to the title, you know, add some quotes around it or whatever. So I kind of like that we're like passing it through. Just makes it a little cleaner in my opinion, instead of it kind of reacting to this. Keeps these things that we could, move them to a different file, and maybe we will. Probably won't because I like where they are, but who knows. Okay, so now we're passing in title. With body, we need that same thing. So I'm just going to turn on word wrap for a sec, copy it, turn off word wrap. That's Alt Z. And title body is going to be exactly what I just copied. There we go. There we go. We'll save that. And that's good for that one. But we also need title and body here. So let's just do title equals, and this we'll just grab from the Figma. Which one are we doing? We're doing this one. So title is actually sitemap. One word or 2 words? 2 words. Okay, and then body, we're leaving blank for that one. Okay, so let's make sure stuff's working. Let's go back to Chrome. Let's just refresh for good measure. This seems to still be working. We're getting our title, we're getting whatever. And here, sitemap. Oh, we didn't. Right. We need to actually take the body here. And now we should see that there's just nothing here. Okay, cool. Now for the layout jig. So this is great. Basically, we're just saying we're rendering this like this. Maybe we can call these different things. No, I think this will work. So basically for this, we're going to always have our wrap, at least for now. And if layout is equal to map left, we're going to do it this way. So now we should see that our first one is rendering, just as it was before, because that's how we have it. But now nothing's rendering here because we don't actually have that. We could do an elif, but it really doesn't matter. We'll just do separate if statements. Otherwise, if the layout, is there an elif? Well, there's, I guess, else. Do you do it like that? Maybe it's just elif. No. What is the... Look at their docs, look at the docs. Where is the templating? Oh, here we go. Else. Yeah, we want to go to if. Oh, it's just else if. I don't know why I was getting an error there. Or is this supposed to be, okay, does this else if, else. Why is it? Oh, just maybe because there's nothing in here. Test. Let's save that. No. Oh, because I have a closing if there. Jeez. Blind. Oh, right. We need to change the map above. It's so smart. It's so smart. It's catching our things. So now we should see the word test coming in. If we go back to Chrome, test. Look at that. Okay, so how do we want to render this one? This should be, now that we figured out this should be pretty easy. Where we'll get more complicated is, yeah, we're going to eventually have a third and a fourth, and who knows. But still better than rebuilding this twice. Okay, so in the case that it's map on top, we basically just need, let's just have a div, and its class will be flex call. Basically the same thing, except we don't want to go to a row. We just want it to always be a flex call. And in fact, yeah, gap's fine. That'll put gap there. And let's just have a div here and a div here. This is where we will render the map. So let's just test that. There it is. It's going full width. And then in this one, we are going to render the title snippet. So wait, how did this look again? I guess we'll have title. We'll have body here in this case. So we're going to want to have probably a div within here. A div. And we're going to have the title and the body here. And then we'll have another div where we actually render the legend. Now, just say that this won't look right yet, but it will be closer. We have this there, that there, cool. So yeah, how do we do this? We'll have class equals flex, and we'll do a flex row. And we'll justify content, justify end. Oops, I'm like, that looks great, but that's, hey, there we have something. Something's happening here. So we had that, we had that. Actually, it could just be that justify end items start. Let's just take a look at this, what's actually happening here. But I can tell we're close. So we have that. So there's this div here. Wait, there's a whole flex. This is our div. And there's this one. Okay, so this one is being aligned. Flex row. Oh, it's because there's like that's why. So this is actually kind of working the way we want. It's just that these have, if we actually look at the legend snippet here, we have these like MTs and stuff like that, which I don't want to get rid of because we want them here, but they're obviously causing an issue. Let me see this again. So that's the MT6. If I got rid of that, it's closer. But why is it not? Oh, then there's the MT4. Okay, so this MT4 here, and this MT4 there. So let's also pass in layout. Or maybe we'll do something that's kind of like with margin. And it'll be a Boolean, and we'll have it equal to true by default. Or maybe we'll just force it. With margins, Boolean. And then what we'll do is we will essentially edit those things. Oops, what am I doing here? We're just going to replace these with something we can do string interpolation on. It was that one and this one here. So it's just this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So then we'll just go with margins. We'll add in this. And I'll take that same guy. And basically we'll go like that. We'll make this one 6. And we'll go like that. Okay, then right here, so this one, we do want to say true, but in this case, we want to say false. Okay, cool. Now we do need to have a gap on these, so let's just do the same gap 12, 12, 12. All right, that looks pretty good. Now it doesn't look great just because of like that thing, but this isn't any of the real data. Let's actually put something in a little bit better here. Let's go to our location map data. Let's export a const called site map data, which is still going to be of type column, or a list of columns. And let's just grab because yeah, how does this look again? We have, oh, we're not even going to have a title on these. Okay, cool. So we'll have to account for that too. So let's just grab this here, and we're not going to even have a name. Get rid of that. I'm just going to copy this, copy that, because they have like 3, 4, whatever. And then we basically would have another column with that same sort of thing. Now we're getting all these errors because technically our column is expecting there to be a name of a category. We're going to make that optional now. And then back in our location map, wherever we say name, category.name, oh yeah, so we can go like this. If category.name, this actually might solve, this is going to solve part of our margin problem anyways. And then we want to make sure we're passing in our sitemap data. So we'll go back to our page.svelte. Instead of passing in Florida map data, we're going to pass in sitemap data. And this might look good now. Pretty close. It's funny, they all like highlight and stuff because they're the same number. But that's kind of what we want. It's the right idea. So obviously, I mean, let's just go to our, let's make this a little bit better. We'll just make these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of cool. We've refactored this now to be able to use it in multiple places. And there's at least 2 more places we have to use this, so I think we're off to the races. We'll see how it looks to real data, but now it's working. Now they're all in the same spot, so like here, 8's on top of 7 on top of 6, but you get the idea. We're not going to worry about filling in the data right now because that would be really boring. We don't like boring things around here. All right, I'm just going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging out. Please use the chat. Let's also have some fun. You know, we don't have to work all day. We can chat. We can have fun. Let's get back into it though. Okay. So we got that. Like I said, the data, you know, it'll be better when these don't all look the same, and then we'll tweak it if we have to. Okay, cool. What's next? Hopefully something simpler. Yep, this looks simpler. Okay, so yeah, let's just build this out. So this, we will just go to our page.svelte and we'll just put this in. So we have that. Let's grab another padding and we'll make a section. And yeah, so we want, first of all, we want our wrap. Oops, why isn't that auto-completing? Yeah, there we go. We have a wrap and we're going to put an H3. Or this actually, sorry, this will be like an H2. This is bigger. We'll have to do some styling for that. I don't even know if we have any H2s yet. A canvas for the imagination. Let's see both of these together. Window management is probably the most important skill. A canvas for the imagination. Let's make these capitals. The imagination. And let's go to our app.css and let's make it H2. So it's actually going to be similar to H3, I think, but some subtle differences. For instance, this is our extra large headline. Okay, so 64. Oh, it's probably the same as this. I bet it's the same as this. Cool. Let's do it then. Let's just grab it from here, page title section. So we already have H2. Let's just grab these right here and put it here. H2. We're just gonna have these guys here. And what else does H2 uses? It uses that stuff. We don't need to worry about that or that, but we want all of these basically. So we'll go here and we will apply all of that stuff right there. And then let's go to our title section because now we don't even need the H2 stuff. Oh shit, no, I got it from the right place, yay. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's make sure that didn't break anything by going to the top of our site. Yep, still looks good. And now down here we have this right like that. Now this one's text center, which we should make sure that is happening here. Oh, I think it's because we already have, we have text center right here. Let's actually just put this on here as well. Just think that makes more sense. And then, yeah, this one is looking good because there we have it. Now, maybe we should do this pre thing because I don't love the idea. Actually, it's fine. No, let's do it. So in our design, it breaks canvas after 4. So let's do a break. We could just do a break. Let's do a break tag for now. We'll fix that in the future if we need to. A canvas for the imagination. Oh, wait. Oh, it's because it's italic. It just doesn't line up as nice. Oh, it looks like that there too. Okay, cool. Then we're good. And then, yeah, we just need a p tag under this. P tag. And let's just grab this text here. And I think, other than the fact that we need margin, so yeah, we're close. Let's just give this a class of max width, maybe like 2XL. I'm not sure how big that even is. That's pretty. Let's just do max width XL maybe. What's max width large? Is that a thing? Max width MD. Okay, that feels right. Okay, so let's also add, we were doing a margin bottom on our H3s. Let's do the same thing with our H2s. And then we have that. Cool. And let's just double check that this paragraph is, I mean, it looks the same as this. Actually, it looks bigger. This one is body large, which is 2440. So let's have a P, and is this S? Is it CSS? Although I think I can put SCSS in here. Let's just do P dot large, and its font size will be 24, and its line height will be 40 pixels. We forgot pixels. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we should be able to just make this class large. I don't really like the word large. Kind of, wow, that doesn't seem right. Is that what this looks like? Let me get to the same. Oh, maybe it is. Okay. It's white text. It is also, let's just look at all the properties of it, because maybe there's something missing. It should be light, which I think we're doing with the font weight. So yeah, I think we're good. We just, now that it's bigger, it actually should be like max width extra XL, 2XL, 3XL. Is that kind of where it breaks? There, we'll just do that. Good enough. Okay, now after all of this, still within the wrap though, let's add a like PY16 or something. I don't know what it will be. But we're gonna have another image mask. So we can just grab this masked image and throw this here just to kind of see. But the image we're going to use is going to be a different one, obviously. So we want to grab this, but we don't want to grab it with the mask. So we actually have to go into here and find the image itself and export that as a JPEG at 2x. And I'm not sure what to call this. Let's just call it Campus 2. That's great. And where were we? Campus 2. Go back. And now we have this guy. Now, is that the right mask? It's not. So we actually have a variant here. Let's do mask variant 2. And I think that'll use the correct mask. Yep. Yep, that looks right. Cool. Okay, done. Not perfected, but done. Okay, then we're getting into this kind of stuff, which looks pretty fun. Oh, shoot, we forgot about this. So after all of this, we also need a p tag, but this is going to be like a, we'll maybe make it small. Although this might just be, oh, this is being used in a few places, right? Kind of not. Let's just throw it in though. And clad in glass. What does clad mean? Is that a real word? Okay, cool. So we definitely need this to, well, let's just add some like padding. And then we need to do like a max width. Max width SM. Cool. And for our small text, let's do that. P.small. Let's find out the style of this. So if we go here, oh, is this just normal body text? Oh, it just looks so much smaller. I mean, it is. Okay, so that means we're actually good there. We can get rid of the small and just have that. Now we just need to align it properly. Cool. So this just needs to go all the way to the edge, basically, but it's not quite the edge. This is kind of, it is in a weird column. Can we just do div? Call span 1. If we do, I think it's Command G, we actually will see, I mean, Command Shift G. Nope. What is the, there's a way to turn on the grid here. View. Layout grid, Shift G, I guess. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it looks like it's taking, if these are, is this 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 12. So it looks like we want to take up 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just see if, and then we should be able to get rid of this. So let's just see if that, no, that does not work. Call span, how does, yeah, I think you still need to have this in like a grid. I need to look this up. Tailwind grid. Grid template columns. Okay, so grid calls for, I guess we just do grid calls 12. Grid calls 12. And we can still do a gap. Grid gap, or just gap 4. Okay. So let's see if that works. Okay, there we go. So now we should be able to do an offset. Call offset. Offset. Okay, go back to our docs. Oh. Can you not do offsets? I mean, in theory, I could make another column that has a call span of, so 12 minus 4 would be 8, but 7 because we want it like that. Let's just see if that actually, get rid of that. There we go. So it's kind of going there. We're going to make this also a P8, maybe, PY8. Get a little bit closer. Yeah, that looks cool. Close enough. And is the alignment of the text right? Yep. Cool. Shift G. Let's turn that off. Okay, cool. Wicked. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Okay, this thing seems fine. Let's just grab these all, though. So let's grab the image, export, JPEG, 2x, and we'll just call this like campus gallery 1.jpg, export 2x JPEG, export, click that, change it to 2, export. Should be a way to set defaults. I'm sure there is. Figma's pretty awesome. And this will be campus gallery 3. All right. Oh, see, this one goes outside of our wrap, which is good that we. Oh, maybe this is this something that's supposed to like scroll? Oh, it is. Look at that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. So let's figure out what is even. This is our gallery. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of images. It goes on forever. I'm gonna get my designer to export those instead. We'll just work with 3 for now. Okay. Now the problem with this will work fine on mobile because people can kind of like touch it and go, but like you kind of need like some kind of arrows and stuff on desktop, to be honest. Otherwise, like people won't know. Like you have to hold shift and scroll basically to use that. So let's look for maybe a, doesn't necessarily be SvelteKit, but svelte image gallery. Oh, I don't want to do this in oh yeah. Why is bigger picture lightbox gallery? Okay, let's take a look. We're visiting the site. I want I guess it's more a carousel that we want than a gallery. Svelte carousel. This seems okay. I'm sure there's other properties we can do to space things out. All right, let's try this. Why not? Let's go to their GitHub. And we are using Yarn. So let's add it. Hopefully this is compatible with Svelte 5, but it should be. When was this last? Ooh, this is pretty old. Is it old? Let's see. Most recent commit 2 years ago. Uh-oh. Meant for Svelte 3. Okay, well, we'll see if it works. It works, it works. It's probably just vanilla JavaScript anyways, for the most part. Okay, let's try importing it. So let's actually make our own sort of like a carousel component. Components, carousel.svelte. Oh, maybe we should call this, because it's going to conflict. Let's just call it like image carousel or something. Script lang equals ts, and we're going to import that. And this is giving us an error because, oh, can't find the types. Okay. Oh, I must be RIB, gotta take a call. Hello. Okay. Where were we? We are installing this. Well, we're seeing if we can even use this. Um, let's see. Let's try to just do this. Yarn add whatever dash dash dev. We have no types. Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to use this package. Let's remove that. We can just remove it right from our. Let's just do it this way. Yarn. Is it yarn remove? Svelte carousel. Our first real dependency has been removed. I guess it could be a dev dependency. How does that work? Okay. Let's look on Reddit. This is also old, but they might link us somewhere that's been updated. Yeah, this component does not work on SvelteKit. Da, da, da. Okay, this one, Vlixer Slidey. Show me last month. That feels better to me. 10 hours ago. Okay. Whoa. Wait. Sliding action script with templates, animations, using plugins. I mean, this doesn't look like what we want though. Let's look at this one. Slide.js, Svelte Splide. Let's go to their GitHub so we can see how active this is. 3 years ago, 6 years ago, yeah, that's not gonna work for us. Okay. Umbla carousel. I don't know if this is meant for Svelte specifically. It kind of looks Reacty. Let's just go to the GitHub. Just rule that out first. Okay, last month. That seems fine. But this is it's library agnostic, dependency free, and 100% open source. That sounds good. Because yeah, it doesn't have to, like, the cool thing with Svelte, you don't really have to worry about it having like a Svelte wrapper because it's just vanilla JavaScript at the end of the day. Let's just see how it works. They have they have a tutorial for Svelte. Cool. So let's just grab the yarn one. And I imagine there'll be TypeScript stuff for this. Oh, this is actually it is actually a Svelte. Awesome. And let's just grab this code then. Oops. What? What the heck? That copy and paste sucks. Let's just copy all of this. Will it? Okay, that's better at least. And now we'll save that. And it's got a use hook, whatever. And let's now just go down to here. We'll get another padding thing, and let's just pull in that carousel, image carousel, and we'll play with it. Look at that. That doesn't seem right. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Okay. Whoa. Hey, it is kind of sliding. Look at that. Cool. Kind of. But I think we missed a step because I'd imagine these should be, styling the carousel. There we go. Okay, good. Accessing the Carol's API. Yep. Okay. Okay, we have slide 1. I don't know how to go to the next one. There it is. Slide 2. Slide 3. Cool. I think we'll use this. So, okay, so it's saying flex 100%. We don't really want that. We want, 0, 0, 100%. Grow, 0. Shrink, 0. Basis, 100%. Okay. Okay, so you have embla, overflow, hidden, flex, and then, yeah, I guess if we give these things maybe a max width of like 400 pixels or something. Let's see if that, there we go. That's kind of what we're going to want. Now, in terms of our design, if we grab one of these, 460, let's do that. And then we'll have to probably do something different for mobile. All right, so let's grab these images. And of course, this will become something, like a component with props and stuff, but we're just going to build it as a one-off hard-coded thing for now. And this will be images, content, slash campus gallery1.jpg. And its alt text will be just test123. We'll make that better. Now, we also need to assume there'll be a label or some kind of text under it. So let's put a p tag under this. Whoa, where did all those come from? And let's go back to our design and let's just grab something that says Grand Lobby. Actually, let's make this a figure. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we're kind of getting something here. We can also, I think, on here have a gap of 32 pixels, maybe. That's great. And obviously on our figure, class equals, let's give it an empty top of 2, or empty of 2. And that's cool. We also want to make sure the first one has some padding, I guess. Can we just do and first child? Now we will have to make this SCSS. Margin left, 32 pixels. There we go. Just so it's not touching the edge, but it still goes edge to edge, which is great. Okay, for styling this, we need to basically get this style. So links and accents. Do we have something for this yet? Let's just hard code it. We'll just do figure. Font size will be 14 pixels. Line height, 14 pixels. And it looks like it is maybe not white. What the hell? Where's the color come from? Oh, it is white. Okay, but then it's also using our fun font. Which font is that? We can get that by double clicking. It's using ML light. Which I don't know if it's HM or HB. The fonts are so weird in this thing. HM light. That looks fine. Is that kind of how this works? Is there like an opacity? Like it just doesn't look white to me, but I think it's just the background it's on. Okay, yeah, it's just the background it's on. Okay, cool. So we have that. Which background's probably what I'm going to deal with next, because that's, I don't even know. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to give this a height of like 300 pixels or something. And then let's copy this exact same thing a couple times. And we'll obviously put 2 and 3 here. And let's just make one smaller, because that's kind of the effect that's going on here. There's kind of like this thing. Okay, great. 300, wait. Height is 300, height is 300. What? Okay. Well, let's just say flex. Actually, yeah, why do we even need this? Do we need that? feel like we don't. Okay, cool. Also, do we need any of that stuff? Okay, cool. This is more what we want. But where's this height? I guess it's just something with the carousel. Like that seems way more than 300. Yeah, it's like twice that size, but okay. Let's just get rid of these. Okay, so I think the reason is, yeah, just different aspect ratios. But this looks really big. But maybe it's right. It should be like 460. Right? Yeah. Maybe we just have to do a height on this. Okay. That is now going to be 460, I think. Oh, it's like the image gets cut off. Oh, okay. We probably just want to actually make the image tags width 100%. Maybe do width 100%, height 100%. No, that's not going to work. What is happening here? So the image is getting cut off. Oh, and the figure is getting cut off. Okay, let's put back let's undo some stuff here, because I think that flex stuff was necessary. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's just work with this. And basically what I want to do is our slide itself, let's just give it a background of red. I'll make sure these, yeah, okay, they all come to the same thing. That's what we wanted. Now, we want to make these display flex, and in this case it would be flex direction column, and justify content end. So they're always at the bottom. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much what we want. Now, obviously, we'll have a lot more, and it will be cool, but that's kind of, I think, what we're going for. Now, is there anything I missed? There's no like border radius or anything, so I think we're good. The one thing is, will people know? I guess like people might just be able to drag and figure it out. So let's just leave it. That's what the design looks like. Okay, so obviously more images to put in. What I do want to do is go to our types file and export a interface called gallery image, or maybe like carousel image, carousel slide, let's call it that. And it's going to have an image URL, which will be a string, and it's going to have a label or a title, caption of a string. All right, so now what we're going to do over here is we're going to make a const, and we'll have image URL, or actually we'll just have, it's going to be a list of slides. And we need to say that its type, slides will be a carousel slide, which we need to import, equals props. If we want to keep that same pattern as before, let's have our interface props, and we'll just grab this. And instead we can say props. Okay, cool. So now we would just do for each slides as slide. We will end our each. And basically here we would use image URL. Slide.image URL. And for this alt text, we'll use slide.caption. And of course, for the figure itself, slide.caption. I'm just going to copy this to my clipboard for future use. And now we'll go back to our page. And let's actually put this in data. So we have location map data. Let's have a new file called carousel data.ts. Export const, and we'll call this something. Campus carousel slides equals. This will be a list of, what do we call this thing? Carousel slide. And it's going to be equal to a lovely list where we'll have image URL. This is what I had on my clipboard, yay! And the caption, I think we called it, let's just go back here, Grand Lobby. Oh, I also want to make it, the figure should be uppercase as well. All right, cool. So we'll start with that. And then now over here, we just have to pass in our slides equal this. Import that. And we should have a carousel with one image in it. Grand Lobby, sweet. Oh, this should be one. And now we essentially just copy this a few times. So we'll have 3, 2, and what do we have? East balcony view. And circuit lounge. Save that. This is looking pretty clean. So yeah, more images to come, obviously. I'm going to also do something with this carousel. We had this margin left. I'm actually going to make it like 0.5 vertical, or what is it, VH units? Sorry, VW? Or, sorry, it should be 50 VW. That'll be 50% of the view width. Because this should be kind of offset. Now, that's probably too much. Let's do it like maybe 25. Because based on the design, it's kind of like, oh no, I was wrong about that. It does start within the wrap. Which, that's a bit complicated. Because technically, let's just put this back to how it was. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. The problem is it's always going to be left to account for the wrap. I don't know exactly how to do that right now because we don't want to actually put it in a wrap because we want these things to, overflow out of them. But, well, whatever, we're good. Okay, I'm going to commit some changes here because we've done a lot today. What did we do? We, a few new sections. We refactored the map to be reusable. We have a gallery now, etc. We'll push that. And with all that, I am going to end the stream because I got some other stuff I got to do. But this was fun. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you guys. See you later. Bye.